Hi, my name's Jean. I'm a glass tutor from Lochgelly Centre, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on fused glass for Fife Arts Exhibition 2020. I'm going to start by showing you the sheet glass that we use. It comes in all different colours: clear, base colour, and your nice coloured sheets. Today we're going to be making a Christmas poinsettia. You can actually put a wee candle behind it or leave it the way it is. Fused glass is when you put more than one sheet together. You line them up, layer them up, one on top. Normally it's two sheets you would use, and then put embellishments on top. They then go into a kiln, put up to a high temperature. The glass melts, but it sinks down into one another. It rounds off at the edges, and you land up with a nice flat rounded edge piece of glass. And this is the piece of glass that you'll work on. This is a sample of the poinsettia that you're going to be making. I'm going to show you all the pieces of glass that you're going to be needing. You need your sheet glass that you cut your petals from, and you need a thing called frit. The frit is the same glass that you would use, and the companies just crush it up. All the glass has to be the same so that it can melt at the same rate and then harden at the same rate. The frit comes in 3 different sizes. You have a coarse frit and a medium frit, a wee bit smaller, and a fine frit to work with. We're also going to be using kiln balls, which you make yourself with small pieces, small squares, fired in the kiln at a very high temperature. They shrink in and become balls. Lovely for doing flowers, holly, berries. I'm going to show you how to cut the glass. It has a smooth side and a rough side. You always cut on the smooth side. This is the tools you'll need. You need a pair of running pliers, which is a small line here, and that's so that you can centre it onto the score that you're going to make with your cutter. So you need your glass cutter, your running pliers, a pair of Grosen pliers, a straight edge, and a felt pen comes in handy too. So to do your scores, some people will put a felt pen line on, but if you have one of these boards, you can just use the lines on the board. When you're cutting the glass, you don't have to press too hard. You just need a light score. Never stop in the middle of your score, always score all the way through. Your cutter has a 2 centimetres from the edge to the cutter, and it's a good thing to remember. So to cut, you put your cutter in at the edge, stand it up, lean forward a little bit, and score right up. You then take your running pliers, lift the glass up a little bit, and this is when it's quite hard to see the cut sometimes. You line up your score line with this centre piece of your running pliers, gently squeeze, you'll hear it crack, and then it'll break. It's very simple, and I think once you start cutting and you like that snapping sound, you'll be wanting to do it all the time. So that's, then turn it, and we'll do it again. The project we're doing today is roughly the size that I'm making this piece of glass. Remember, just a small squeeze, gently line up the score, cut so easy. These are 2 pattern pieces that you're going to need for this project. One's a holly shape and one's the diamond shape. The diamonds are petals for the poinsettia, and then your holly shape. And I'll show you how to cut them out. You need your felt pen. Best with a nice Sharpie pen. You want one that'll not smudge. And just draw around your pattern. Once you've cut your glass, you have to wash it in soapy water, or use vinegar to clean it. But you want all that felt pen washed off before you fire it. Put them to the side. Bring back the running pliers. What you're going to do is just cut it along. Just follow the line round with the cutter. It doesn't matter if it's a wee bit off. Once it's in your design, you won't see it. It's as easy as that. You just have to remember, always keep your running pliers, your wee line, into the line that you're going to be breaking. That's your holly leaf. This is your poinsettia. You want 10 leaves. That's your holly leaf and your petals. These have all been pre-cut for quickness to show you. These are the petals that we need, your holly leaves and your berries for your holly. You also need PVA glue, and you'll need some glass tack glue. This can be bought at a craft shop, usually about £1 or £2. This has to be bought from a glass specialist, and normally about £6. I'm going to just take a small blob of PVA glue onto maybe a piece of scrap glass or a wee plastic lid. You want a cocktail stick as well. The less glue that you can put on, the better. The glue is only to be able to take it from your workstation and put it into the kiln. And first of all, you want slightest wee dab of glue at the edge. This will burn off. If you put it in the centre, it may not burn off. You want it at the edge. So then you could start laying the centres into your piece of glass. You could move it a wee bit once it's on, if you feel you want it moved slightly. It should all burn off, but the less you can use, the better. You want to put 6 on the bottom, and then you're going to put 6 over the top of these 6. Just space them out how you want them spaced. You don't have to use red glass for your poinsettia. You can have white ones, pink ones. You could even have blue ones if you fancy blue. This time I'm going to put a dab of glue on each side so that they'll stick to the side ones. Bring it out slightly. A wee bit fiddly this bit. When you're gluing it is much easier if you stick smooth side to smooth side of the glass. It'll stick better. And again, this is only to be able to lift it to put it in the kiln. There we go. Just move them slightly the way that you're wanting the points to go. You can leave that to dry before you do the next bit, or go straight on to the next thing that you're going to do. And I'm just going to go straight on to the next bit to show you. This is the frit that we're using. And I'm just going to use again, chippy glass. This one is transparent frit. We just pile it in the middle, but we drop in the middle. You could then put a finer red on top. It doesn't matter if it scatters, it tends to sometimes look nice. Maybe put a little bit yellow in. Push this yellow further in. You can use a wee paintbrush and move it around how you like. You then pop some holly leaves in. Maybe put one here. You can put as many or as little in as you want. And pop your berries in. You can pop the berries straight onto the holly if you would like. Oops, these are quite fiddly. You can use a pair of tweezers to put these on, but sometimes that's even worse. Oops. Oops. You can also maybe just put a dab of glue onto the leaf and then lay the holly berries onto the glue. Oops, the glue's sticking to my fingers, just like that. And then you can embellish it with more stuff, more frit if you would like. You can have maybe if you want to sprinkle some white frit on the background. To recap on your tools you're going to need, there's going to be a fact sheet that'll tell you where to buy the tools, and you'll also need safety equipment. You'll need your safety glasses, always wear them when you're working with glass, and a safety mask when you're working with frit. These can be bought at any DIY store. Your tools, more a specialist place, but there will be a fact sheet at the bottom of the video telling you where to buy them and what kind to buy. Hope you've enjoyed this small tutorial today, and happy glass making if you take it up.